Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a good week. It's not too bad here, besides the fact that I'm getting over being sick from the weekend and I got family coming in town this weekend for the holidays. It's been a little crazy, but not too terribly bad. If you're new to the channel, thanks for coming and checking everything out. I hope you enjoy it and find what you watch here interesting or educational or informational. And if you are a subscriber or have viewed the channel before, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping support me and keep my channel growing. That being said, I just got a quick video for today. I've been spending a lot of time working with Void Linux on my long-term review. So I will have, probably within the next week or so, that'll have put me in it long enough to give you a first impression on it. And then I will do another couple of videos on it probably as I've used it a little bit longer. But I gotta say, so far so good. I mean, it's an amazing distro. I love it. That being said, today I am going to introduce you to something you've probably never heard of before. And I only say that because I'd never heard of it before, and not that I know everything there is to know about Linux and window managers and all that, but over the past couple years, I am a window manager freak, I guess you could say. I have a lot of them on my system, and I like to check them all out. And so I do look for them quite frequently. And I found this one, and I gotta say, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm pretty darn impressed with this thing. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard of this. I kind of looked around on YouTube and stuff to see if I could find some videos on it, to see if maybe it's something that was out there a while ago and I just haven't seen, but I haven't really been able to find much of anything on it. That being said, let me introduce you to Berrywm. If you go over to GitHub and go to /Berry, then you'll get to this website. This is the GitHub page. There's not a whole lot here besides the source code. It kind of goes through everything. It's got everything you need here. It's got example files, stuff like that, of the auto start, the SimpleX, hotkey daemon, and Zephyr, and everything. But then the README is just a real basic, healthy, bite-sized window manager written in C over the gitlab library. And then for usage and documentation, please visit the project website, which is berrywm.org. So we have that brought up here as well, and so we're going to go over there. And this is it. This is the web page. It's not too fancy or anything, but I'm telling you what, it's pretty well put together. There's a decent amount of documentation, a decent amount of explanation on usage and setup and everything. But to be honest with you, from what I've seen so far on this window manager, it's really, really simple. And it works pretty freaking cool. So basically what you do is you need to make sure you have libx11-dev, libxft-dev, and libxenorama-dev installed. So make sure you have those on your system. You can go to the GitHub page and just clone the source code and then cd into the directory it makes, and then do a sudo make install, and that'll install it for you. And then you can copy the sample configuration files that are going to be installed with that. Or if you just want to use a package manager, it's in the Arch AUR. So if you did yay-S berry-git, then you could get it there. Debian, you can grab a .deb package from this site here, and then do a dpackage-i berry, and then the version AMD64 version.deb, and that'll install it for you. It's available on FreeBSD. You can install it through KISS, and Void Linux has it in the XBPS. So once you get it all installed, if you're using a display manager and everything, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to create an X session. So it gives you the X session for it right down here. And once you do that, you are good to go. That being said, if we go over here to configuration, the configuration is so stinking simple. I thought the rat poison configuration file was easy. This here is like nothing. Let's go here and let's open the configuration file for this, and let's zoom in a little bit here, clear the screen. Hopefully that's big enough for everybody to see. Like I said, I've been having some comments about not zooming in far enough, so hopefully we can all see this. So now we're going to cd into .config/Berry, and then if we do an ls in there, we're going to have two files, the autostart and the simplex hotkey daemon. Now, I have simplex hotkey daemon installed on my system-wide, but this is a specific configuration file that I made just for Berry. And if you didn't know that about us, simplex hotkey daemon, you can do that. You can build multiple configurations, keep them in different locations, and then I'll do this. If we go into our autostart here and see when we call simplex hotkey daemon, you can use the -c flag and then put the path to the configuration file you're trying to call. So, probably already aware of all that, so that was probably worthless time spent explaining, but in case you didn't know that, you can have different simplex hotkey daemon, SXHKD, RC files in different locations for different programs and just call them that way. Anyway, that being said, this is the configuration file for Berry Window Manager. It's just an autostart file. So, you're going to put in all the stuff that you want to start. You know, I've got my I've got PyCom, and I've got simplex hotkey daemon, my wallpaper, polybar, and my power manager. And then you set some of the geometry of the windows. So border width on the windows is 5, inner border width is 3. I'll get over that in a second. The title height is 30. The font is Roboto 12, and the top gap is 30. Now the top gap, what that is showing space for your bar. Then we have the focus colors. The unfocused color, basically the same thing as anything else for a focused window and an unfocused window, but we also have an inner and an outer focus color, or excuse me, an inner focus and unfocused color. And then we have a text focused and unfocused color. And then we have the draw text, the edge lock, and the set font. The edge lock is so you can't basically go off the screen, and the set font is excuse me. I think I can take that one out of there because that's just a duplicate of my font that I set up here. But that being said, that's it. This configuration file is done. But if we X out of here, so let's write and quit, and then if we vim simple x hotkey daemon RC, and we go in here, we can see this is for my. If you look up here, it's kind of dark, but for the Berry Window Manager. And these are the key bindings. It's going to start out with super. I've changed it to alt because I don't use the super key. But alt, H, J, K, and L will move the window, physically move the window. So if we open a window here, it's automatically going to open up in this corner. And if we use alt, H, J, K, and L, you can see it'll move that window anywhere you want it to. So you can move windows as much as you want all over that screen by simply holding your mod key and then H, J, K, and L, the Vim keys. That being said, if we use Alt Shift H, J, K, and L, it is actually going to grow that window and shrink that window. So basically, if we use Alt Shift and H, J, K, and L, we can change the size of our window. And this works for any windows you open. And if you look here real close, you can see, let me see if I open a second window here. You can see that I have one border color inside here, and then if you look real close around the outside, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a second border color. That is where I said there's the inner and the outer border, or the inner and the border and the inner border. That's what that is. So let's close that, and let's go back to our configuration file. And then obviously you've got your typical stuff. Your Alt 1 through 9 is going to do workspaces. Alt Shift 1 through 9 is going to actually send the windows to different workspaces. Alt M is going to put the window in monocle mode. So say I'm here with this. If I do Alt M, then that's going to open it up into monocle mode for me. Alt M back to regular. If I do Alt F, it's going to put full screen, which is going to get rid of the border and everything around it and cover up my bar. So if we do Alt F, it gives you a true full screen. And Alt F again will toggle it back to what it was prior. And these are the ones here I like because I'm not a big fan of manual tilers, and that's obviously what this is. I just haven't ever gotten used to them. I like the dynamic tiling and everything, but The manual tilers just haven't been, like, I've tried OpenBox. I know there's plenty of other manual tilers out there, and I have used a few of them, and I can use them fine. But comparing to this specific manager, I kind of compare this one closer to OpenBox than anything else, because when you open a window, like you saw, it's just a small window floating on the screen. It's not full screen, and you have to actually set all this stuff. But what I like is the fact that, say I have a window here and I want to snap it to the center. If I just hit Alt-C, it brings it right to the center of the frame for me. And if I do Alt-P, it snaps it to the right side of the window, and Alt-O snaps it to the left side of the window. So if I open a window and I want it snapped somewhere, I just hit a keybind and it is there. So we have Alt-P snaps it right, Alt-O snaps it to the left. If we do Alt-N, so let's go back here. If we do Alt-N, it's going to toggle the decoration, so you can get rid of and show the window border if you don't want the title and everything up here. If you just do Alt-N, it makes the window title disappear. Alt-Tab is going to cycle focus just like anything else. So if I have two windows open and I do Alt-Tab, it's just going to focus between the two windows. So if we snap this one to the left and we just do Alt-Tab, you can see it's moving focus back and forth between the two. Alt-Shift-Q is just going to close the window, and these are key bindings that I've set up. So, but the kind of what I mainly want you to focus on is the actual command. So Berrywm window _ monocle is going to put it in monocle mode. Berrywm full screen, Berrywm snap right, Berrywm snap left. If you kind of notice everything, it all starts with a Berrywm, and I'm going to show you something kind of cool with that here in just a second. Things you can do on the fly. So Alt-Shift-Q is going to do Berrywm window close, so it's going to call for that window to close. Alt-C, like I said before, is going to be window center. It's going to center that window. And then I wrote a script, basically, because I call it true full, which in reality the other full screen is true full because it covers up my border or my bar as well. But I prefer full screen to still show my bar. Because I just do, mostly because I work on a laptop, and while I do have dunce notifications set up for when my battery's getting low, I like to be able to look up there, and I also like to be able to keep track of the time. It's just just habit. So I do like to still see my bar. So I actually wrote a script, and if we go here, and that is Alt-T, and this is going to give me true full. So say I'm using this one here and I do Alt-T. Alt-T is going to put it in monocle mode basically right off the bat. So it's going to go monocle mode, no decoration. So you can do monocle mode, but you're still going to have the decoration, and then you can do, so you could basically do a double keybind and do click for monocle mode and then no decoration, or do no decoration and then monocle mode. But basically what I've done, I won't open up the script because it's really just quite simple. All I do is have those two commands run, well, not congruently, but run one and then the other, and have it all written under the script. So it basically is like me pressing two key bindings with this one key bind. So basically it opens up in monocle mode and removes the border. So that's all that does. And then we've got the pointer focus. These are just my normal key bindings for program launchers and everything. Those are just the same as you would in anything else with SimpleX Hotkey Daemon. So we don't really need to go over those too much. But that being said, what I wanted to show you was, if we go here and we go over to usage, and we scroll down, these gives you, Berry does not handle keyboard input on its own. Instead, a program like SimpleX Hotkey Daemon is needed to translate key press into Berrywm commands. The window manager can be controlled via the following commands. So, moves the current client by 10 in the X and Y direction. So you can open up a terminal and type in Berrywm move _ relative 1010, and it's going to move that window 10 pixels in each direction, the X and Y direction. So that's this right here. So if we open up this and we do Berrywm, what was it, window move, window _ move 1010, we do that, you can see it just moved down and over 10 pixels. If we do it again, do it again, so it's real simple to just type in that command and have it do that. But obviously you can just hit your Alt and H, J, and KL, and you can move your window all over the place. That's just kind of giving you an idea what you can do with this. Window raise, it'll raise the focus window. Window monocle is going to put it in monocle mode. These are all the commands, a lot of the commands that we went over. This will send it to switch to workspace, send to workspace, full screen state, snap left, snap right. Go through different focuses, cycle focus, pointer focus, and quit to close the manager. And then you can use your bars down here, lemon bar, polybar, dmenu, rofi, and dunst all work on there. So that's all pretty cool. Then we have advanced usage. So Berry itself is a very simple program with only a handful of commands to manage its internal state and control active clients. For more advanced behavior, Berry relies on user creating custom commands and shell scripts based on the most basic features. To accomplish this, Berry is compliant with EWMH and ICCCM. Berry implements its own properties on the X server that are exposed to the users. Basically, what I like about this window manager is the configuration file is next to nothing. Like I said, I thought rat poison was easy. This configuration file is nothing. It's just that auto start file. Whatever you want these windows to do, like if I want to open a window up in this corner, over here, or down here in this corner, or right here, I can write a script with a Berry command that tells me, or that tells this window manager where exactly on the screen I want that window to open. And then I can put that to a keybind, run that script, and every time I hit that keybind, it'll launch the window exactly where I want it. So one of Berry's most powerful features is the ability to view the state of clients. So it gives you window status, net supported, active window, full screen. Scripting. Since Berry is controlled via its client, Berry sees it is possible and encouraged to write shell scripts and expand its functionality. A simple example, consider writing a script to set a window to occupy the top left quadrant of the screen. This is what I was just talking about. Somewhere in your path, you could write a script, send to right, or send top right with the following contents. So you would just make a bash script and Berry C window underscore move underscore absolute 00. Berry window resize absolute and put your window size there, and it will open that window right where you want it at the size you want it. So you can have it set up to where you hit your keybind and that's where it opens. That is pretty cool to me. You can view the state of windows. You can just do all kinds of stuff with this because it's only limited by what your scripting ability is. So you can do all kinds of stuff with this. It's pretty cool. I haven't been using it for very long. I've been playing around with it. I put it on my system quite a while ago, but I kind of went away from it because I'm a creature of habit a lot of times, and I just go back to what I know. But I've been playing with this more and more, and it's just amazing. It is a cool window manager. So it gives you a setup guide on how to set it up. So if you got to install the necessary dependencies, configure simplex hotkey daemon and Berry, and then starting it. And it goes through all the steps on how to do that, how to set up your auto start file, using a display manager, and then using Berry, just kind of the stuff we've gone over. And then we have, obviously, home, which is just the opening page of the website. So that being said, again, you can run your polybar on it, you can run all that stuff, but say I want to, see this is Roboto 12 point right there is my font, correct? So if I wanted to change that on the fly just for the session that I'm in, I would just do Berry C set font. Let's do Monaco 14 because this is what I was doing earlier. So Berry C set font Monaco 14. We hit enter and we have now changed the font. So if we do Berry, actually let's open a window here and let's open this up and let's do vim.config Berry auto start. Let's do Berry C focus color. So let's do Berry C, I can't type today, Berry C focus color. Let's just do something easy, so we'll do FFFFFF, and we hit enter, and then we, what did that do? That didn't do anything, did it? why didn't that do anything? Well, I guess this is how you learn new things. Let's see. So we have Berrywm focus color. There we go. Maybe that was it. No, that's not it either. Anyway, like I said, I've only been playing around with this for a little bit. Let's go back over here and see what. Let's Vim the auto start again, and let's see, what is it? It's focus underscore color. Oh, you don't have the. That's why you don't put the hash there. But I need to do the correct underscore. We're gonna get this right at some point, I promise you. We can enter, and you can see now it's changed the focus color. So all this stuff you can do on the fly just using that Berrywm command. So you can have your configuration file set up exactly how you want it. You can launch your windows, and then if we launch another one here, you can see that the focus goes, and the focus border color goes between them, and it's just using that Berrywm command to change where your window launches, the size of your window if you want to change the size of your window, or I mean, you got the key bindings to do all that. It's really cool. It's really simple, and so far from what I've used on it, it works extremely well. I don't know how long ago this was made. Let's go take a look at his page here. When was the last time this was? Does it say when it was? 17 tags. Let's see. Does it say when it was? Berry. But that doesn't give me the last time it was updated or anything like that, does it? It doesn't, that I can see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just not seeing it. Anyway, that being said, I don't know how well maintained it is. There's been a few. Let's see when the last time an issue was brought up and how quickly he responded. So it shows 19 days ago, October 12th. So people are actually going through. Hello, one of the next package maintainers, while trying to upgrade Berrywm. I have patched and captured. Okay. So it looks like there's people that are actively using it. Whether or not it's actively maintained, though, I don't know. So, but that being said, it's really cool if you're kind of a fan of window managers like I am, and you just like goofing around in them. Like I have my set window managers. I have the window managers that I use, and I use on a regular basis, that I probably will never go away from. But I also like to just play around in other window managers every once in a while. I'll boot into one window manager for a week or two and just strictly use that to goof off and kind of just remember that there's other stuff out there. So if you're anything like me on that, then check this out. Again, it's Berrywm Window Manager. You can find it on GitHub. I'll link it in the description. Yeah, definitely check it out. Take a look at it. Tell me what you think. And so, if you have any suggestions on other weird window managers that I haven't heard of or might not have tried, shoot them my way. Let me know. I like to try that stuff out. I've got another one I'm working on that was recommended to me. It's called Starfish. It's spelled SDFORFEHS or something like that. SDORFEHS. So it's kind of weird, but it's pronounced Starfish. It's kind of, I guess, rat poison-esque, but I've been trying to work with that one a little bit, but it's a big deal. So I'm working with that and goofing around and doing my Void review, and I got lots of stuff going on. So hopefully you guys found this interesting, and if you want to, go ahead and check it out. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and God bless.